I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw this.
No justice! No peace!
Marching on a mission for transparency and chanting for clarity surrounding the death of 18-year-old John Gabriel Mendoza Jr.
They took the life of a young man, just reckless and senseless acts of abuse of power, and for nothing. For nothing. You know, my son can't tell his story, so we have to tell it for him.
His family says that starts with Mendoza home from Texas State for the summer. They say he was driving home with friends when a Brazoria County Sheriff's deputy attempted to pull him over in Lake Jackson early Monday morning. Surveillance video captured the short pursuit after deputies say Mendoza did not stop. His family says it ended in Mendoza's garage when a deputy shot and killed him while inside his car.
So let's get into it.
I'm only loving what's real and whatever is fake. Just know that I love to hate it. I guess I'm a hater. My team shoots so good, they can mess up the Lakers. You try to mess up my paper, then I come and keep. But first, I'm dressed up in Jason.
So as usual, when I see these clips from Instagram, I have to go find the actual news clip so I can get the facts.
It's going on 48 hours since a Brazoria County Sheriff's deputy fatally shot a college student, and the department still hasn't given us even the most basic information about the moments before the gunfire. ABC 13's Jessica Willie spent the day in Lake Jackson and got new surveillance video as we try to fill in the gaps. Jess joins us live tonight. And Jess, you had a chance to speak with the victim's father. He says he's not getting any answers either.
Yeah, Erica, this father was at the home when the shooting happened, yet he says he hasn't spoken to an investigator or heard from the sheriff's office. He says there are law enforcement officers in their family. They respect them as the Texas Rangers lead this investigation, though he believes what happened to his son was a crime.
On the lawn of the house where the deadly shooting happened, a sign honoring John Gabriel Mendoza Jr., for a father who can't believe that he's gone.
I don't care about me. My son, I can't live without him. What am I supposed to do now?
John Mendoza Sr. was asleep inside just after midnight Monday when the shooting happened. He says his son and two longtime friends had left a park where they were exercising. Then, according to the Brazoria County Sheriff's Office, a deputy tried to initiate a traffic stop near FM 2004 in Lake Jackson. Instead, the 18-year-old and his two passengers drove the 2 miles home. New surveillance video shows a short pursuit into Mendoza's neighborhood, a period of silence, followed by a single gunshot.
Do you think this was murder?
Yes, my son was murdered. He was even from the details that we know now, from the camera footage and everything, my son was executed. There was no reason for him to pull his gun.
Mendoza says the commotion woke him up. He says his son was unarmed, sitting in his car in the garage when he was shot. The sheriff's office saying the deputy discharged his firearm. They have not said the reason for the traffic stop. A criminal investigation is underway.
In any other situation, somebody would be arrested for this murder. Somebody should be. And it's like, my son's not here anymore. He can't speak for himself. And that's something that they can never bring back.
Mendoza was home for the summer from college at Texas State after his freshman year. The university expressing sadness and their condolences Tuesday as the news of his death spread.
My son was amazing. I'm really hurting right now.
His father believes the deputy deviated from protocols.
By a bad cop.
He is calling on the Texas Rangers and the district attorney for justice.
I'm so hopeful that they really do what they know is right, because this was a senseless act for anybody to be impacted. This is a senseless act that should not have even happened.
Jessica Willie, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Now, of course, I don't think that John Mendoza Jr. deserved to lose his life. But I will say this. He should have pulled over right away when they told him to. And I also have to say that there's been a few cases in the past where black dudes have done the same thing. Young black dudes literally have done stuff like probably identical to this, and situations escalated. So I always had the same sentiments. if you getting pulled over, just go ahead, pull over. Because if you don't, then the police gonna think you are attempting to flee. And once they do make contact with you, they gonna perceive you as a threat, and they gonna escalate the situation. That might be rightfully so from their end. I don't know. I'm just saying, because they would assume you fleeing. But I gotta add that anytime I have got pulled over by the police, I'm 28, y'all. Anytime the police pulled me over, I pulled over. I never attempted to flee in the car from the police, no matter what illegal stuff I had in the car or whatever was going on. I could have been riding and smoking, literally, with the car smelling like weed. If something happened and I got pulled over, car search, whatever, just face the consequences. First of all, you should always be accountable for the dumb stuff you're doing. Not saying this kid was doing nothing dumb. I am literally talking about me. I did some dumb stuff, so I was fully accountable. You do the crime, you do the time. It was times where I violated my probation and I had a warrant. I'm like, dang, I turned myself in. One time I brought extra white shirts and extra white socks with me, because you can wear white, garments in jail. You can, if you got some. So I did bring shirts and the socks, because I ain't had no white drawers, of course, right? But that's just me saying that I truly feel like you should just go and pull over, and just whatever gonna happen, you just gotta face them consequences if that's what need be. You see what I'm saying? If that's what's happening, that's what's going on. If you put yourself in that situation, so I do have to point that out. But of course, I don't believe he deserved to lose his life. They said he didn't have no weapon. What's also real sad is that his dad had to wake up, right, and come outside and find his son murdered in a driveway. You see what I'm saying? Imagine waking up out your sleep, like they said, and finding your son dead outside. He just was supposed to be working out. You know what I'm saying? That's real sad. So I got to send my condolences out to all the loved ones of John Mendoza Jr., of course. But as you can see, I titled this video that this is truly sad, but I'm glad my people are waking up. Now, I named that video this because I noticed that on the Instagram post, a lot of the black people were saying, yeah, this was wrong, but it's not our fight. And I'm truly glad that we are waking up, because as you can see, as we have seen in the past, a lot of non-black people have always had opposite, you know what I mean, feelings towards us. When a young black man is killed, it's typically he should have complied and he wouldn't have died, or he should have just listened, or raised your kids better, like we just heard the Asian lady say about Cyrus Belton. So a lot of POC, or whatever they want to call them, they typically don't have they don't show the same leniency, you know what I mean, the same level of understanding that we've shown. And that's something that I noticed in these comments. So I've always felt like our problems are our problems, and everybody fight all their problems on their own. So when I seen that black people were saying in the comments, of course I was like, yeah, I'm glad they're not saying he deserved it, but I'm glad they're acknowledging that it's not our fight, because I don't think he deserved to lose his life. But of course I also feel that this is not our fight. And I'm gonna let y'all finish watching the rest of this Instagram post, and you're gonna see in the video that there's black people who's protesting with them. So obviously all black people, I guess, don't share this sentiment, right? But pay attention, because there's gonna be black people out there, of course, marching with them, white people as well. And then I'm gonna get into some comments.
No justice! No peace!
Marching on a mission for transparency and chanting for clarity surrounding the death of 18-year-old John Gabriel Mendoza Jr.
They took the life of a young man, just reckless and senseless acts of abuse of power. And for nothing. My son can't tell his story, so we have to tell it for him.
His family says that starts with Mendoza home from Texas State for the summer. They say he was driving home with friends when a Brazoria County Sheriff's deputy attempted to pull him over in Lake Jackson early Monday morning. Surveillance video captured the short pursuit after deputies say Mendoza did not stop. His family says it ended in Mendoza's garage when a deputy shot and killed him while inside his car. His family says Mendoza was not armed.
My nephew was murdered in cold blood, and that's exactly what that was.
The district attorney's office and Texas Rangers leading the investigation and confirming earlier this week the case will be sent to a grand jury. The Mendoza family and the community asking for more, including the Department of Justice to also investigate.
Let's do what's right. Let's get transparency done because it's the right thing to do.
I want the district attorney, Tom Selleck, to present the grand jury a murder indictment.
Mendoza's dad and aunt now remembering the football player, Dean's List student, and friend whose life was cut short just over 4 days ago.
He was my heart. He was just such a great young man.
I want to say I love you. I'm so proud of you. You are a very good boy. You'll never be forgotten. And I'm here for you, and I'm going to fight to the end. I love you, John.
Justice for John! Justice for John!
Reporting from Angleton, Brianna Willis, ABC 13, Eyewitness News.
Okay, so as y'all can see, if you can see right there, it's a black woman in paint right there walking, you know. So, of course, like I say, all black people don't feel this way. But for the ones that do, I'm glad they are waking up. And my camera finna die, so I'm going to try to hurry up and get into some of these comments to show y'all what I mean. Like, even this guy, this is a black guy, he was saying he's saddened, but he understands some of the feelings and comments. But come on, my people, we are better than this. This notion is not our fight. Why not? Because the victim brown and not black, he's human. Oh, see, that's the problem. People not caring of one another because they of another. Now, as y'all know, I already read these comments. So, to summarize it, this is a black man who's basically saying, yeah, he don't feel like that. We as black people should, you know, feel like it's not our fight. We should stand up because it's of injustice, and that's what we've always done. And he also said that he understands why there is black people who saying it's not our fight, because we have told Hispanics blah blah blah. We've seen Hispanics rather side with white supremacy than be on our side. That's kind of what he was saying. You know what I mean? So he actually was, you know. And I agree with him. See what it says? We fought for injustices for many, though it takes all races' voices to make it even more powerful. He was coming from a place of understanding from both sides. Like, I get where y'all coming from, because over the years we have seen Hispanic people or non-black people do this to us when we go through these things. But we still are people who fight for injustices, and we got to fight for what's right no matter what. And I salute him, and I kind of agree with him, actually. Now I get it. Trump's version of making America great again was upgrading the sundown towns to whole sundown states. Black people, this is not our fight. They vote against us and never speak up for us. Let them figure it out. Civil rights included black and brown unity. Some black and brown people voted for Trump. That doesn't mean all many black and brown people did not vote for Trump. People are falling for propaganda to keep minorities fighting each other. Divide and conquer is how minorities lose. Unity is what helped the civil rights movement. Again, you won't see these type of comments under a post where a young black man loses his life. The only comments you see from Hispanic people and all non-black people is that he deserved it, he shouldn't have did this, and he should have complied, and he wouldn't have lost his life. And that's the reason why many black people are responding the way that they are responding. You know what I'm saying? Hispanics want to think that they're white, and white people treat them like they're black. See, I'm gonna keep going. I didn't want to turn this into no black versus Mexican or black versus POC or Mexican hate train. I didn't want to turn it to that. I wanted to speak on from what I've seen and from what a lot of black people say they've seen. The saddest part is if they would have believed us the first 5,000 times, this would have never been possible. Either we fight together or it's more colored kids that would be murdered by police. They killed 5 people I know personally in Los Angeles. And that's actually a fact. We have been saying now, when the police deal with our children, our kids, us, anybody, a lot of times they seem like they want to escalate it. They already approach us with the notion, with a you know what I'm saying, with the notion. Maybe they had a notion that we gonna be ghetto and this and that. They always approach us with that right away. So the situation already is escalating because they be rude to us. We be like, hold on, why you being like that? And then it's like we already the problem. We don't, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird. I can't explain it, but I'm trying to get into it real fast for my camera die, y'all. Forgive me. But yeah, this person says they've been portraying this white with the color of their shade match up with. We've been on our own from the gates. That's actually a fact. A lot of Mexicans who's actually like, I guess white enough, they literally identify as white. That's a fact. It's always possible when you don't pull over for the police. He should have complied. I agree, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's definitely Now the sad part is this shit been happening since before you and me were born. Shit ain't gonna stop not in our lifetime. Blacks go through this too often, and I don't see Hispanics fighting the fight of justice with us. Senseless crime, but not our fight. This is also a fact. Like I said, I have seen POC, all non-black people, non-black, non-white people, literally say that anytime, like most of the time they be like, they say the same thing that what the racist white people would say. You see what I'm saying? It seems like they adopt their rhetoric, and that's the reason why we be like, nah, that's wrong what happened to him. Because just because y'all ignorant don't mean he deserved that. And I'm so glad that, like, under this post, at least, I don't know what's going on in any other ones, but I'm so glad under this post that black people are actually saying, yeah, that was wrong, but it's not our fight. I'm glad that we not completely ignorant like a lot of them be to us. Like, I'm telling y'all, because we know for a fact what's wrong is wrong. But let me calm down, man. I'm telling y'all, this stuff be getting to me. I'm high-key disappointed in a lot of these comments. Two things can be true at the same time. Free Carmelo and justice for John Mendoza Jr. A baby lost his life. He made it home, but didn't get to walk through that door. As a mother and a human being, my heart goes out to both families. They say, we keep saying protest with us. If it's happening to us, black community will start to happen to you. But you know, they just say, well, you should have stopped. And here we are, another person gone too soon with no reason. So do you want to protest now? Exactly. This is what a lot of us are saying. That's what I said 30 times already. They will literally say he should have just stopped. He should have complied. You know what I'm saying? Same thing that black lady was just saying in the comments now. And I do agree. And I've always said that even when the black dudes did it, I promise y'all, because that's what I do when I get pulled over. So I'm not going to change my sentiment just because it's a black dude doing it, a white dude doing it, a Mexican dude doing it. Dang, y'all. I'm rushing. But I promise, man, like, I'm just glad that, like, you know, we don't have to be completely ignorant like that, because that's just wrong. That dude didn't deserve to die. This one says, it's only when it's their children will Latinos want to come together. If that was one of our children, they would be screaming he deserved it. I'm telling y'all, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. And I'm sorry, like, I'm not turning this into no Hispanic versus black. So, you know, I'm gonna leave it there, and I want to send condolences to their family. And I just want to say that my people, that it ain't no black and brown unity. Yes, this was wrong, but it ain't no black and brown unity. Do what you want to do if you want to protest just because it was wrong, but it ain't no unity and no unifying, man. And I think this is a good example. Of course, again, I have to say condolences to the family. I hate it was under these circumstances, but I'm still glad that my people decided to wake up, man. And my camera finna die, so I gotta hurry up, man. So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Do you think it's a good thing that black people are really starting to realize that it ain't no unity? Or do you think it's bad and, you know, they should be trying to help? Because, you know, in a way that black people can't really help them anyway. You know, we gotta help ourselves first. I'm gonna leave that right there, man. Y'all let me know.
I'm only loving what's real, and whatever is fake, just know that I love to hate it. I guess I'm a hater. My team shoots so good, they can mess up the Lakers. You try to mess up my paper, then I come and keep. But first, I'm gonna dress up as Jason.